Ooh. What's happening, people? It is Wednesday, January 24, 2024. So it's 1-2-4-2-4. Hey. Yesterday was 1-2-3-2-4. Huh. Your boy Mr. B here. Another episode of the B-Sides of the Fight Game. Yes, sir. How you doing? Me? I'm doing okay. That's a while ago I came back from seeing my physician. I just want to get a checkup, see how things are going. Do some blood work, things of that nature. Say what's up and whatnot. Chilling. Gloomy day. Not really sunny out here. Kind of cloudy. Mostly cloudy. You had a little bit of some drizzle, light rain. Uh, yeah. Other than that, well, kind of plain. Nothing crazy. The week was alright. No, we're at the hump day, the middle of the week. Uh, my favorite day of the week, really. Because things kind of go smooth. Uh, yeah, I woke up this morning. I was like, man, can't wait to see the day. Then I seen the news. Signing news, man. Signing news. Oh, wow. UFC 297 was something to watch. It was pretty interesting. It was an interesting pay-per-view. I also got to catch the Misfits boxing series, the Misfits Series 12, Boxing Series 12 event. Gotta say, it's one of the more violent ones. There was a lot of good technique shown, a lot of good KO moments, a lot of really great moments on that card. I ain't gonna front. And it came from all the surprising participants that were there. There was a cruiserweight fight, I think, and a heavyweight fight, but it wasn't those. It was some of the other fights that were there that kind of were super surprising. But I'll talk about that a little later. This signing, man, UFC made a big move. They finally decided to sign the lady of the PFL. One Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison is officially now a UFC fighter, and she will be making her UFC debut on July 13th. Is it July? Is it? No, it's not July. What is it? When am I gonna have that? Yeah, it's gonna be. Her fight's gonna be against the. Yeah, it's UFC 300. There you go. She'll be making her debut at UFC 300. I don't know. I've heard like it's July, but I don't think UFC 300 is right there, like right there in April, ain't it? April, right? But yeah, she will be fighting. Yeah, April 13th. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, it's supposed to be a UFC 300 fight, but I think they're moving it. I think it's supposed to be UFC 300, but it might be somewhere else. But yes, Kayla Harrison will be fighting Holly Holm Oh no, it is UFC 300. But so why the hell they was talking about? So I read somewhere it said in June or July. But yeah, Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm, UFC 300. Yep. So okay, it's happening. Yeah. Am I hyped for it? Yes, I am. I've been a long time fan of one Kayla Harrison since I seen her interview. Super curious about her. She decided to take the march, to go to the PFL, well, sign and compete in mixed martial arts. Great showing so far. She had a one loss against Larissa Pacheco and her third bid for PFL gold and the $1 million paycheck, $1 million check. But she lost. And then she didn't get to fight for the majority of last year. Only at the end of the year did she fight, and that was because the majority of these guys fell out. You know, uh, due to the stupid decisions they made, and then what's her name, Julia Budd. She ended up getting cut from the promotion because she didn't go and do her media obligations and whatnot. So she was cut. So Kayla fought Aspen Ladd, unanimous decision against Ladd, and now we see that she signed. So Kayla will be making her 135-pound debut here. It'll be the first fight she's ever had at bantamweight, women's bantamweight. I know a lot of people are questioning it now, because Kayla never wanted to do cut from 155, but she did cut, and she fought at 145. She actually had two fights, but one fight she actually competed at 145. The other one, she made the weight, but her opponent didn't, and so she lost out. But she's gonna fight at 135 against Holly Holm. It seems that Dana wanted to sign her, and he wasn't gonna sign her unless she was gonna be able to cut to 135. So, Kayla said, "Sure, I'm gonna do it." So, Kayla, being the competitor she is, I guess if there's big money on the table, she's gonna do it. 2-time judoka, 2-time Olympic judoka. Yep, so it's pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive. Yep. Yep. 2012 and 2016. She's been a world champion. She's been a champion since since 2010. Since 2010, she's been racking up gold medals and shit. Like 2010 or a little before that. But yeah, man, I love me some Kayla Harrison, Judo Kayla, man. She's pretty dope. She has good boxing skills. She got good boxing. She got decent boxing. Decent, pretty good boxing. She had the hiatus because she didn't really get to compete. So I give her a little ring rust, but her boxing's coming along. She got to learn a little bit more head movement. The ring rust I come off, but her wrestling, her judoka, her judo, A1. It never fails. It never leaves her. She knows when she got to throw, when to use her hips, her foot placement, when to shoot for the double leg or the single. She knows how to, run the pipe to get the takedowns and when necessary. Good shit. And her grounded pound this is going to be the one thing. Because the PFL never had grounded pound. And the one fight she had grounded pound, it was against Courtney King, I think it was. And she annihilated Courtney King. Nasty knees. I know nasty knees. Yeah, she did throw some Did she throw any knees? I remember she threw forearms and elbows. She smashed and bloodied the hell out of that girl King. Was it Courtney King or Casey King? One of the two. I think it was Courtney King. Yeah. In that one Invicta showing. So she has the ground and pound. So now she'll finally be able to use her full weapons in the cage. But finding somebody like a Holly Holm, that's gonna be interesting because Holly, we know Holly's game. Like Holly could either be the aggressor to strike, or is she gonna play that elusive game where she pretty much dancing around the cage, she's circling, she darts with the combinations, the barking, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, it's either the rush 1-2-3 or 1-2-3-4 punches, or the 1-2-3, 1-2-3-4 followed with the head kick, and she backs up. You know what I mean? She does that, and it's gonna be a matter of how long can she keep doing that shit? Because Kayla Harrison's gonna have to play the chasing game, where you're gonna have to chase Holly, close her down, and then shoot for those takedowns. Now Holly Holm is up in age; she's 40 plus. Body strong for that 40 plus. Let me tell you. And if she can manage to get those you know what I mean? If Kayla Harrison takes her down once, she's gonna be able to take her down throughout the whole fight. Is at this age, does Holly Holm have takedown defense to deal with a legit wrestling threat like Kayla Harrison? And I don't think so. But she has the striking to give Kayla some fits. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm happy that Kayla signed. It was a long time coming. I see Amanda Nunes after the pay-per-view on Saturday, talking about that she wants to possibly make a return. She was teasing a possible comeback. Who knows? Who knows? Which leads me to talking about it. UFC 297, y'all. What a good show. First off, first pay-per-view event of the year for the UFC. I really liked it. I enjoyed watching. A lot of roller coaster highs and lows. I ended up going 6-6 out of my 12 picks. It could have been 8-4, but I got greedy. I definitely got greedy. I got greedy on the Malat pick. I will tell you, and I got greedy on the Cachoeiro pick. Actually, no. I got greedy. Yeah, I got greedy on the Malat pick. I got greedy on the Malat pick. I was super confident in the Katona pick. And the Cachoeiro pick, that was like, well. Oh, and the Linnaeus, I picked Linnaeus, but anyway, let's talk about it. So the opening fight on the card was Jimmy Flick versus Malcolm Gordon. Good fight. Malcolm really had a good start in the first round. He came out, putting a lot of strikes together, a lot of good combinations together on Jimmy. We all know Jimmy's stand-up sucks. It's horrible. It's non-existent. He tried to throw some things, but he got overwhelmed. Let's be for real. You know, he looked like what? He looked like a seal. Yeah. He looked like the seal, like a baby seal on ice around some polar bears. You know what I mean? And he got dogged. He got dogged up real bad. But in fairness to Flick, did threaten some submissions off his back whenever it got taken down to the ground, to the mat. Flick did try to throw some submissions up. He threw up an arm bar. He tried to guillotine at one point. He tried a triangle. He had a really good triangle, but Malcolm managed to get out of it. And then Malcolm just kept throwing. The second round, though, was a lot of the same. Malcolm putting in the pressure, and he was messing up Flick. But unfortunately, Malcolm got too aggressive. And he charged in. Flick took advantage. Flick hit him with the turnaround. Got the waist, ducked, dodged, took the back, took him down. They continued to fuss up. Flick managed to get him down now. Malcolm Gordon ends up being on his back. And Flick ends up getting in this one position that he actually got at the end of the first round in a triangle. He had him in an arm triangle, and he managed to get the arm triangle the second round, but he did not let it go. He kept a tight lock on it. Tight. And just slowly sunk it in. And Gordon had no other choice but to tap. So Flick got the submission win in the second round. Big win. And Flick needed that win too. So good job for him. That was a minute 17 in round 2. Then we had Jasmine Jasudavicius, a.k.a. I like to call it Jazzy J, versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Jasmine Vicious Jasudavicius. Stay vicious. That's all she always says. Her hashtag, stay vicious. And Jasmine. Oh shit, what the hell happened here? Hold up. Sorry, y'all. My fault. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I accidentally cut off what I was talking about a little while ago. Because I'm doing this on my phone as well. My fault. Yeah. So Jasmine Jasudavicius fought Priscilla Cachoeira here in the second fight of the card. That's what happened. This is bull crap. Okay. So what happened was that as we were watching the fight, well, Jazz came out there. There was some drama behind this, where it was supposed to be a 125 fight, women's flyweight bout, but Priscilla Cachoeira didn't want to make the weight. So she kind of like said, no, I'm not going to fight this weight class. I want it to be at a higher weight. So it was supposed to be 130. And then instead of the 130, instead of the 130, they said, forget it. Instead, what the hell's going on? Yeah, this is so weird. Hold on. I'm trying to fix this thing because I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. So yeah. So Jazz went out there. Priscilla went out there. Priscilla tried to throw some big strikes there at Jasmine. Jasmine struck a little bit, but Jasmine used her wrestling. And this fight went from okay, we're all right, to slowly but surely, oh shit, I might be out of my league. And I'm gonna get messed up. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. If I remember correctly, as far as the compu strikes go, I think it was 200 and something strikes to a mere 20 something. Um, Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Because once I pull this up, it's really gonna just show you'll understand how sad this fight really was. Um, Strickland Duplessis. Yeah, let's pull it up real fast. And yeah, there you go. So it was 93 to 24 as far as significant strikes landed, but the total strikes 326 to 26 strikes landed. Jasmine Jasudavicius threw 398 strikes, and 326 of them landed. But significantly, 93 of 120 were put there. Bruh. 84 of those were to the head. 68 were grounded strikes. Dog. Over 10 minutes of control time. She only needed 2 of 5 takedowns to land. Priscilla was defending takedowns. Let's not get this twisted. Priscilla defended takedowns. Priscilla landed some good shots, but she never had a strong follow-up. And Jasmine, when she needed it, she threw a strike. She got greedy. She ran up to Jasmine. She hit Jasmine. She tried to throw again. And Jasmine just took full advantage and shot the takedown. Got her down. Beat her up still. Priscilla Cachoeira was a bloody mess. She had nothing else left. She was just handled, man. That shit was bad. And then insult to injury. She gets submitted. When it could have just been you got beat up by TKO, or we just gonna ride this to a decision. Jasmine subs her with a Darce choke. Oh my god. In the third round, late submission win. Go, Jasmine, go. Priscilla, I don't know what to do. You asked for this fight at this weight class just for you to get handled the way you did. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You really ought to be ashamed of yourself. Who does that? Who, like, you could have taken the loss, cool. You elevated the loss because you called the shots for this and made it worse for yourself. But next fight, Sam Patterson moves up to welterweight this time after he got knocked out by that dude Naimov. Ashmuz Naimov, was it? Yeah. He comes back in this fight here, moving up to welterweight to face Johan Linnaeus, the big hitter from Canada. This fight was sad. I think this was the last fight on Linnaeus' contract. Linnaeus looked good coming into this fight, though. He came in. He was a man on a mission. He was low, but threw his shots. Some of his shots were connecting on Patterson's chin. Some of them just forced Patterson to back up. Then he got caught, grabbed up by Patterson. Patterson got a headlock, a front headlock, pulled him down, went to take the back. Johan grabbed the arm and tried to throw him like over the shoulder. Patterson used that momentum to get the back even better. Put one hook, then the other hook, locked up a rear naked. Johan didn't even really try to defend it. Johan gets submitted in the first round. Johan Linnaeus, you're up there in age, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself, damn it. You came in with Faraz Zahabi, and that's how you're going to do Faraz Zahabi? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Jillian Robertson fought Polyana Viana in the next fight. Women's 115. And boy, oh boy. When it came to the feet, Polyana was striking. When it came to the ground, Jillian Robertson was whooping that keister, man. Oh, my goodness. Pretty much on this one, it was, it was Polyana Viana landed some good strikes on the feet. Good, some couple combinations, some big body kicks, some leg kicks, some body kicks. Jillian defending well, and then looking for the takedown. She got a takedown. She got some control. She made things work. Polyana went. She tried to do the same thing again the second round. But it was the same thing. Jillian went, grabbed her up, took her down, landed some shots, but took her down, beat her up, ground and pound. Polyana had no answer. Polyana ends up turning over. Game over, suckers. Jillian Robertson wins. Really came out vicious, though. The ground and pound, like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Jillian Robertson look like that, man. But the ladies were delivering, man. Vicious, bloody fights, man. Like, that was what's up. Then we have Ramon Tavares versus Siri Sidney. This was a fight from last year's Contender Series where City won, but it was a little controversial because the fights got stopped real early. They went out there and they had a fight, and it was the technical ability against Siri City versus what we thought was going to be the brawl style somewhat of Ramon Tavares. But I like to say two things. One, Siri City, he's gutsy. But two, that dude Tavares got hands, boy. Oh, shoot. This dude was clubbing. He was handsome yo. His footwork and the way he was throwing some shots. Oh, shit. Yo. Ramon got a knockdown on City. He also threw. I like the way he was throwing that right hand. I like how he blended in the left hand. He was throwing some big shots, boy. City was rocked, but then City came back and kept it technical. Landed the good jabs here and there. Throwing some combinations. I think he threw was it a couple of head kicks he was throwing in the combinations? Trying to get Tavares. But, man, this fight was kind of close. But they gave it to Tavares over City. I think that came to the damage. City was throwing some good shots, but Tavares busted this dude up. Big power shots. Bloodied him up, lumped him up early. And, if you leave it in the hands of the judges, You got problems. But that fight, you could go check that one out. That was a pretty good fight, man. You also had Sean Woodson versus Charles Jourdain. This fight was pretty good. Uh, yeah, Jourdain versus Woodson was good. It's just a matter of fact, man. I picked Woodson here. So far, I had Flick. I had Jazzy J. No, I picked Priscilla Cachoeira like a dummy, and Jasmine J won that one. Patterson versus Linnaeus. You know what it was? It was because I was making picks, and I mixed up my actual picks with my betting picks, my parlay picks, and I think that's what happened there. So I kind of like got too greedy and trying to get underdogs and whatnot. So that's what it was. But I had took that. I took the Linnaeus and Patterson one. I honestly thought because Linnaeus was to be the bigger guy. Well, kind of like just heavy wise, weight wise. Even though Patterson has a big ass frame, I thought Linnaeus would be able to club him, which he kind of did, but then he fucked up. Um, but then I had Jillian there, and then I took City. I wanted to take Tavares, but I took City, and I regretted not. Well, I didn't regret it. The judges did me dirty, but Woodson fought Charles Jourdain, and I'm glad I put Sean Woodson here, man. Um, Jourdain always wanted to get a fight in Canada. Jourdain got his wish against a really good opponent, and ah, you ask and you shall receive, and he asked for it. You know, you fought Sean Woodson, and Sean Woodson could strike. You know what I mean? Sean Woodson got a crazy reach. Sean Woodson got really good boxing skills, good fundamentals, good boxing in general. And he's pretty much kind of nullified a lot of Jourdain. Jourdain wanting to kick. Jourdain did throw kicks, but he had to really do a lot to get his kicks in. And, Jourdain's kicking distance was pretty much Woodson's boxing distance. So Woodson, whatever, Jourdain was trying to throw with arms and feet, Woodson was just throwing with his arms. And Woodson managed to land a lot of good shots. He mixed up good body work on Jourdain. Jourdain really didn't have an answer for what Woodson was throwing at him, especially the jab. The jab was on a point, man. The jab, the 1-2s, a couple of the hooks, shots to the body, and he got in on Jourdain, man. And what was even crazier, they called it a split decision. I didn't see that as a split decision. I seen that pretty much as Woodson winning, because I'm sorry, like I don't know how you're gonna give that. Jourdain tried to go for takedowns. Woodson stopped every takedown. Woodson got a takedown. Jourdain threatened a submission, but Woodson got out of it. He threatened a guillotine. And then look, round one. It was 18 of 51. Let me pull this up. Let's pull it up. I like to pull up UFC stats, so let's do it. So if you can see here, there you go. See? You see the stats there. 18 of 51 for Jourdain to Woodson's 31 of 72. Then you have the 22 of 46 for Charles Jourdain to the 28 of 51 for Sean Woodson. Then you have the 20 of 59 for Jourdain to the 21 of 45 Sean Woodson. And you're going to call it a split decision. Woodson already won 2 rounds. Why are we calling it a split decision? If Woodson already won 2 rounds, that's it. 2 rounds easy, that's it. You know what I mean? But y'all trying to call split decision because y'all afraid And when they called that Woodson won, some of the crowd was cheering, and then some of the crowd was like, "Wait, what?" And Jourdain, who was standing right next to these guys, he's there cheering, "Yeah, yes, yes." And then DC comes out and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a minute, wait a minute." They just announced that Woodson won the fight, and then the crowd is like, "Wait, oh, boo!" And then Jourdain's so upset. I'm like, bro, I don't know how you're gonna think you won the fight. That means you wanted the robbery. You wanted the robbery. Come on, man. You wanted the robbery. Come on. Oh, don't go out like that, man. But then we had so Woodson did a good job there. We also had Garrett Armfield versus Brad Katona. This was a really crazy upset right here, man. Brad Katona, I think right there it was Brad Katona being from Canada, but living in Ireland, I think that did him in, man. I think that did him in. That and the fact that Garrett Armfield could fucking strike his ass off, man. Armfield never let up on the speed. He never let up on the movement. He just kept tagging on Brad Katona. And Brad's left hook, his lead left, I love his lead left hook. It's a thing of beauty, man. It comes in, whether is leaping, or he just comes in and just throws it short. It's just a real good weapon. And it caught Armfield quite a bit, but Armfield was just prepared for it, man. Armfield was so prepared. I liked his movement. I liked when he was trying, he was defending some of these takedown attempts from Brad. He didn't really give Brad a lot to work with, and he outpaced Brad on the striking. That's what it was. Because Brad didn't get a lot of time with the takedowns. And Garrett managed to defend more than half of them. So when you're able to defend about more than half, and you're outworking a guy on the striking aspects, you putting damage on him, yeah, you're not really gonna, you can't fail with that. So Brad Katona, he landed 76 of 172, but Garrett Armfield landed 130 of 193. Bro, you're over. You're way over 60% in your landing. You're over 50% in your landing. Way over 50. You're in the 60 percentile of landing, okay? Bro, that's just OD. That's OD. And he only went for one takedown. Everything else was pretty much standing. And Jesus Christ. Throwing a lot of these distance strikes, some of these leg kicks, bunching in and out, constant movement. Katona was like a sand duck out there, man. Getting pieced up. It was sad. It was real sad, but, props to Armfield for making a big splash there, yo. For real, for real. We also had the main card now. So the main card, we had Movsar Evloev versus Arnold Allen. Two of the guys in the top of the division. Top teners. Movsar Evloev managed to get the Arnold Allen. Managed to get the win there. Get a decision win. This was a good fight. Somewhat of a close fight, somewhat. Could have been a lot closer, but Movsar works efficiently. That's the whole thing. Movsar works efficiently. How so? Check this out. Arnold Allen threw 61 of 143 strikes, right? He landed 61 of 143. Out of those, significantly, 59 of 140. So that's your 42%. How many landed? 59 of them. Out of 140, landed 59 significant strikes. Mozart Evloev landed 72 of 141 strikes. Lands 51 of 118 significant strikes. So he's at 43%. Arnold Allen's at 42%. But he landed 5 of 17 takedowns. Crazy. Then Mozart also landed 5 of 17 takedowns. He attempted 17 takedowns, man. Come on, dude. Arnold Allen's best round, though, was the third round. And I give him credit for that because Mozart was using up so much damn energy for those takedowns. So I give him a lot of credit for that. You know, you can see it right here. You see Arnold Allen in the third round. He's in the red. He did pretty damn good for himself. But as I mentioned, 91, 50, 51 of 118 with 5 of 17 takedowns landed. You edged it. You edged it just enough. But man, if Arnold Allen, that's a tough fight. Not everybody's gonna take Mozart Evloev, in a fight. So big props to him. So we also had Chris Curtis versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I went to a split decision. Chris Curtis won that one. I like this fight. This fight to me was a really good fight. Marc-Andre went a little different as far as strategies go. Usually he goes in there and he's grinding out fighters. He's smash mouth in your face. So he gets in there. He'll look to tire you out with the close range, clinching, the elbows, the short uppercuts, punching in short mid-range, knees, takedowns, and just keep working. Nah, he try to stand up and dance and fight with this dude Curtis, and that's Curtis's world, kind of. Curtis does a lot of the boxing. He does a lot of the little defensive movements. He throws his arm out there, hand out there. He does a little bit of the shell, some Philly shell. And then he boxes. He boxes up your head. He'll throw a couple leg kicks, but he takes your body. You know what I mean? He takes your body, throws nice body shots, good body work, occasional kick to the body, a lot of uppercuts and hooks to the body. He's very swift, It's Chris Curtis. But this fight was really close. 54 to 50% significant strikes landed. 144 of 262 for Chris Curtis. 124 of 245 for Marc-Andre Barriault. No takedowns were placed here. A lot of striking was happening between these two. It's just that Chris Curtis took the center of the cage. He looked to be a little bit more on the hunt to get this fight, looking for the guy to fight him. This looks like he wanted war. He really wanted war. And they both went out there and they put at each other. It was real good, man. I picked against Marc-Andre. I went for Chris Curtis. I like Chris Curtis though, but I'll say it. I will say it. But yeah, Chris Curtis wins that fight there. They call it a split decision. You know, they do what they got to do, man. But Mark will come back. Mark's a good talent for the division. I like him, man. I like him a lot. So we had that happen. Uh, what else we had? We had, oh yeah, Neil Magny, Mike Malott. Ah, when I tell you disappointment, disappointment. For 2 rounds and 4 minutes and some change, Mike Malott had this whole fight in the bag. And Neil Magny switched up when Malott grabbed his neck and he said, no guillotine chokes. Threw him down to the ground and started hitting him up. I was like, shit. All through this fight, I'm saying that Mike got it, man. Malott got it. There's no way Mike Malott loses this one. Bruh. $110 of 159 total strikes landed. To Mike Malott, 100 of 128. Neil Magny landed 57 of 102 significant strikes. But Mike Malott landed 45 of 67. Mike Malott, my fault, landed 4 of 6 takedowns to Neil Magny's 1 of 2. That's very few. Over 6 minutes. About 6 minutes of control time. To Neil Magny's minute 47. All this. Oh yeah, Malott. Oh yeah, 4 or 6 takedowns to Neil Magny's 1 of 2. All this to still say, yo, I got taken down. I got ground and pounded. I ended up flat. I ended up getting beat up. I lost. See, he made fun of Neil. Now look at him. Made fun of, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, I didn't think Neil's a good fighter, you know what I mean? But I thought Mike was going to come out there and do the stuff. You know, everybody had a lot of faith in Mike Malott to go and come out. He was the biggest favorite on the card, I think. And he looked that way until the last minute of the fight. Neil Magny pulled a Nate Diaz. But the only difference is that he actually closed. Crazy, man. Crazy. Neil Magny, big win. Big win. Back out there. He's still fighting the young guys, man. Still in the top rankings. Still the top rankings. Top 15 ranked. He's there for a reason. Man said, you ain't gonna throw none of these young boys at me. I'm about to whoop their ass. Hell yeah. So after that we had the championship fights. The championship fights. Mayra Bueno Silva versus Raquel Pennington. I had Raquel Pennington here, and it makes me happy to know that what I thought was going to happen happened. Bueno Silva could find herself fighting for the title one day. Even winning the title just wasn't happening on Saturday. That push was way too quick. The win was big, but to push her that quick to that title might have not been the best decision on the UFC's part. But you're riding the wave of a big win like that. You know, you submitted Holly Holm, so you finished the girl that's kind of hard to finish in the division. One of the more experienced ladies there. You know, world former champion as well. So you can't get mad at that. You know, you can't falter for getting the opportunity. But you know, if you're going to get the opportunity too, you got to be better prepared. And while she might have had the striking training, the submission training, all that for the different places, you didn't have cardio training. You were not prepared for all 5 of those rounds. Girl, you were barely prepared for 3. Raquel's been in the 5-rounders before. She's been in championship fights before. She's fought some of the top ladies in the division. Come on now, man. You got to go out there and fight way better than that. That's why I took Raquel. Raquel did not disappoint. Raquel went and pressed against the cage. Even though Myra Bueno was trying to land those body kicks, she did throw some good body kicks, some good leg kicks. She tried to throw the big overhand, a couple hooks here and there. You know, she tried to throw some elbows in the mix. She got clinched up with Raquel because Raquel does that. She's fought long enough to understand and make fights slow and painful. And she did that. Soul sapping almost. She boxed up with this girl. Oh, is the oven off? Turn it off. Because your mom has something in there.
Oh, potatoes.
Yeah, that's what I said. If it's not off, turn it off. Because she ended up drying it out. I don't even know.
No, there's something black under it. I'm turn it off. Like
So, yeah. So, Raquel pushed pace, clinched against the cage, pummeled her against the cage. Bueno Silva was trying to get that ninja choke because she submitted Holly Holm with it. She thought that she was going to go get it. You kept going for it, which was not a good idea because now you're showing like, yo, if I'm over here, I don't got knees. I'm going to keep doing this choke. So now you don't make it look like, yo, this is my technique. And, you know, I trained properly to use this shit. It's, yo, I caught Holly in this shit. I'm going to try to catch her in this shit. So now you're just winging ideas here. You're in panic mode early in this fight. And not for nothing, she did have an opportunity. Raquel just spun out of it. Shit. It was kind of funny, like, yo, really? You know, I think there was a submission attempt at Evloev that was kind of like that, and Evloev kind of spun out like, yo, these motherfuckers here. And it was interesting to watch this shit. There was quite a number of submission attempts from Bueno Silva. When Bueno was on her back, there were a couple that I give credit for. I think she tried to go for an arm. Was it an arm bar? She tried to go for. She tried to attack a triangle. She might have. But it was a lot of ninja choking. I was like, Jesus Christ, girl. Like, give up the choke already, man. You can't just keep just throwing this shit up there. You got to do something. And by the end of the second round, she looked like she was like near E. After the third round, it was like, fuck it. During the third round, I was like, yeah. I'm looking at it, I'm like, yep, this is all Pennington's fight now. But now going into the rest of the fight, because the third round was when she started trying so many submission attempts, and Raquel just kept getting out of them and bullying herself out of them and attacking, ground strikes. I was just like, all right. Bruno was so tired. Bruno gets up, ready for the fourth round now. She's hella spent. Raquel does the same thing. Fourth round's over. You're like, shit. It's a miracle that Myra Bueno Silva made it to a decision. That's what I'll say. She got control time because she landed 3 out of 9 of her submission on her takedowns. But a lot of those positions, Raquel ended up switching up, reversing, and getting her own positions on. And Raquel even attacked 2 submissions. She had 2 submission attempts. Bueno had 3. But yeah, nearly 11 and a half minutes of control time for Raquel. Raquel landed 265 of 342 total strikes. To Bueno Silva's 96 of 118. Raquel Pennington landed double the significant strikes of Myra Bueno Silva. About double. Bueno Silva landed 69 significant strikes. Raquel landed 134. So double her total strikes. No, her significant strikes. No, her total strikes were double of the significant strikes landed. Crazy. And this was we were supposed to be believing like, yo, Bueno Silva was gonna win this. Nah. That's why I took Raquel. So big props to Raquel Pennington. I know she's been at this for a long time. I mentioned when she lost to freaking Amanda Nunes at 224. She had the bad loss against Holly Holm that one time. There was a couple losses she had, but she rallied back, picked up some good wins, never quit on herself, man. She was trying to quit on herself when she got hurt, but even I felt that was a bad time for her to take that title fight. But to come back and get the win there, good job for her, man. Myra Bueno, you'll find yourself back there one day. But you got to really work on things. Your team got to have you work on things. That's a slap in the face to the organization that, you won and you had this opportunity. And, you shit the bed, man. You shit the bed. That's what we used to say. I got on Francis Ngannou's case for that shit too. So, TJ Dillashaw, I got on him for that shit too. TJ, you gotta get a title opportunity, and you're gonna go in and shit the bed before you tell somebody, so somebody else can get the opportunity. And sure, you should take the opportunities and maximize on them, but that's the whole thing. You're supposed to maximize on it, not just go in there and half-ass it. Even down to Kobe Covington's bum ass. You don't do that shit. You're going to gas everybody up. Yeah, I'm coming in to be the best I am going to be. I'm going to take the title. And then you go in there and you fucking shit the bed. Nah, man. Can't have that. Which leads us to our main event. Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. Real good fight. I'm not mad at the outcome. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Can't fault it. These numbers. These numbers were here. I'll pull out these numbers here. You see the numbers. For themselves. 5 rounds. Bless you. Really impressive fight, man. Strickland came out there. They showed a lot of respect after the fight. They even gave each other respect during the fight, which is kind of funny because the trash talking. That's why I didn't really pay attention to a lot of the presser. I keep telling y'all this. I don't like pressers because pressers they do bullshit, and you selling fights. You can tell when people are really selling fights and when people really are trying to fight. But they went out there, had a lot of respect for each other. Sean Strickland's jab was elite on Saturday night. Dricus Duplessis and this rush combination shit he does was elite. His kicking game was pretty elite too. A lot of good kicks to the body Dricus Duplessis threw and landed. I know Strickland was trying to throw his teep kicks. He did good in like the first round with those, the first 2 rounds, I think, and then he just abandoned those to look for jabs and ways he could throw counter strikes. But he put a lot of jabs out there, a lot of good combos. But I think if he would have just stuck with the teep kicks and just trying to time, just to time the 1-2 off of a lot of the shots that Dricus was throwing and missing, I think he could have found a way to get his win here. But props to Dricus, as I mentioned, because Dricus went out there, big boy for middleweight, but they were all both of equal size. Strickland had his Philly shell defense going. He was rolling with some good punches, blocked some good strikes, but he got hit. Dricus landed, as I mentioned, he did the combinations, the rush combinations, kind of like the GSP back in the day, pop, 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 like Greg Jackson type shit. Same thing like Holly Holm be doing. He was doing that too. Dricus was doing that. He threw a lot of good body kicks, a lot of good head kick attempts. He did chop the legs of Strickland. He threw a lot of good leg kicks. He threw a lot of leg kicks. But yeah, he was blasting away. He even threw a couple good elbows. He had a good elbow that cut Strickland. He landed on that, and it caused more blood to come out there. But we mentioned while we was watching this fight on OK Live that every time there was like a minute or so left in the round, Dricus would go for a takedown. And Dricus kept doing that. He kept mixing in. He would fight, put the pressure on him, take the pressure off a little bit, strike some, and then when he least expects it, gets the takedown. Strickland defended 5 of them, but Dricus landed 6 of them. Not a lot of control time, but he got to land them. And that was pretty good to see, too. How Strickland got taken down, but constantly got back up. He never really let Dricus get a lot of control time on him, which I was very like, wow. Because Dricus is a big dude. Dricus is a legit middleweight. Strickland is a legit middleweight, too. So it just shows you the effort, the size and the effort these dudes are putting into their training. Because Strickland was like, yeah, you took me down? Yeah, fuck you, I'm back up. Oh, you took me down again? Yeah, that's great, I'm back up. Eat this one too. Take these jabs. And when it was over, Strickland was bloody. Dricus Duplessis was swollen up at the press conference. That man looked like he got whooped. Like somebody stole his lunch money. But Dricus Duplessis did what he needed to do, and he edged out a split decision. You see the numbers there, man, as I mentioned. Look at that. 183 of 419 for Sean Strickland. Dricus Duplessis, 140 of 358. In significant strikes, that was 173 of 408 for Strickland and 137 of 354 for Dricus Duplessis. But it was the damage and it was those takedowns. Not a lot. You see how the strikes went. And this was how we looked at it too. It was round 1, Strickland. Round 2, Dricus, because he started putting those leg kicks together. Round 3, that was the deciding round right there. Round 4, it was a little bit, but I gave that one to Dricus because Dricus put some good shots together. I think it was either 3 or 4 that the elbow came in, and he started putting some real good combinations together with the takedowns. And then round 5 was Strickland. Round 5, I could have easily looked and told you that was Strickland because Strickland was trying to finish Duplessis. But yeah, and he had Duplessis, man, but Duplessis hung in there, and that was it, man. So Dricus Duplessis, our new undisputed middleweight champ, he called out. He called out Israel Adesanya. He said he didn't mind a rematch, if anything. He called Israel Adesanya out. He's even looking for Alex Pereira. Don't know what's gonna happen. Could that be the fight to happen in UFC 300? Could that also be a fight for International Fight Week? We'll wait and see. But yeah, man. We also had on tap. We had Michaela Mayer versus Natasha Jonas, man. That was a pretty good. That was not. That was a pretty good card. That was a pretty good card, man. Um, as far as ladies headlining a boxing card, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but I'm like letting you know. As far as ladies headlining a boxing card, that was pretty good. I actually liked it. Fuck. There you go. Final. Yeah. It was a really good card, man. So I like doing these backwards. So in the main event, Natasha Jonas got the split decision win against Michaela Mayer. Somebody gave they gave them a 97. Was it? I think it was a 97, 93 Mayer over Jonas, which was bullshit. But the other ones were pretty good. I think it was a 94. It was something real close, which I kind of gave it. I think it was out of the 10 rounds, yeah. I gave it, was it 6-4? Yeah, 6-4. 6-4 rounds, Jonas over Mayer. I gave it like that. But they were giving like freaking 6 or 7 rounds. 7 rounds to Mayer and 3 for Jonas. Get the fuck out of here. Like you're wilding, you're smoking drugs. What fight were you watching? Props to Natasha Jonas. That was like probably one of the best performances in Natasha Jonas's career. She was light on her feet. She used her jab. She used her movement very well. And she worked the head and the body. Really good body work. And we got to give it. That's a girl who really watched Michaela fight Alicia Baumgartner and said, yo, I'm going to box like that. You're going to see real shit. Because Michaela came out there. She was big. She's a big girl. She's tall for the division. She has size for the division. And she goes in there with a 1-2. She's just big in there. She puts pressure and she 1-2s. A lot of the stuff she does is 1-2. Occasional overhand here. Couple hooks here and there. She does some jabs to the body. A little bit of body work, but a lot of head shots. And she leaves us so because she overextends and she gets caught. I keep saying this shit all the time. That's why, she gotta get her shit together. Somebody gotta sit with her and tell her, yo. And I was so happy to hear Timothy Bradley say that somebody gotta sit with Michaela Mayer and work her fundamentals. Because she overextends on her jabs and overextends on the straight right hand. And it leaves her open to get caught by these short punches, whether it's a short punch or a short hook. It could be a simple jab, a left or right hand, straight punch. It leaves her there to even get her body hit and to circle out from her whatever she's trying to do. But nobody's telling this girl this shit. And like she's just there and she's fine with being this. You're gonna be held back if you still have these constant tendencies. You know, she fought a decent fight, but it wasn't like a oh my god. It was like she put action out there. That's cool, but if you really being honest, yo, you could have done way better, Michaela. And I don't know. She gotta get somebody that's gonna tell her the honest truth about her fighting style. But other than that, we had the co-main event, which wasn't all that exciting, but it wasn't all that exciting from one end. Jack Cullen lost his title as he fought Zach Chelly in the rematch of an epic fight they had the first time. Zach Chelly came out and became the winner. Jack Cullen was a big dude, long reach. Didn't really do a lot of activity. He was doing a lot of like circling around, confusion. He tried to box, but he was trying to hit, but not really box or get hit. And Chelly was out there, you know. Chelly was like, fuck this guy, man. Fuck his height. Fuck his life. He threw the up jab. I loved his up jab throughout the fight. Oh my God. Zach Chelly's up jab was something cool to watch. Ooh, he threw this up jab so well. It just kept connecting. He put out some heavy heat on this dude, Cullen. And Cullen want to wrap up and tie up. And it's like, yo, I don't want to do this. I want to, well, Chelly's like, I don't want to do this hugging stuff. I want to knock you out. You know what I mean? And that's how it looked. So Chelly won the title, the British Commonwealth Super Middleweight title. We had Karis Ardingstall. She had the win on points against Lila Furtado. This wasn't really like super exciting, really. It was one-way traffic, I could say. Furtado tried to put a little aggression up in there, but she was just getting picked off by Ardingstall, man. She was getting picked off. That's all I could say. That was it pretty much, man. Mark Jeffers had a good one against Jermaine Brown. This was really nice. Jeffers gets the English Super Middleweight title. He retains that. This was pretty good, man. Jermaine looked all right. Yeah, he did look all right. He just got caught by the better boxer. That's all that was. Jeffers looked to be the better boxer. Took off early. Got a little bit weak in the middle, but then just continued to take off towards the end. Jeffers had a real good strategy. It's pretty much just box move on Jermaine. Show who's the dominant guy, who's the better guy. Why am I here and why am I wasting my time boxing you? But it did turn out to be a pretty good fight, though. But there was levels, and Jeffers showed levels. Talk about levels. Aaron McKenna beats Mickey Ellison. They threw the towel in at the 6th, man. Boy, McKenna. You're a bad man, McKenna. You're a bad man. Jack Massey, bad man too. Overhand right puts Natir to bed, boy. God damn. That's all I gotta say. The first round didn't even end yet, and the overhand right. Chef's kiss. Put that man to sleep. Mickey Talon. Good boxing fight. Good 4-rounder against Adam Yahya. Yeah, that was pretty nice, man. That was a pretty nice fight. Yeah, that super flyweight, you know, was good. I liked it. And then they kicked off with Stephen Clark versus Vasif Mamadov. Mamadov really said, fuck this. I don't want to get hurt no more. And he gave up in the 3rd. He got beat up. Man turned around and said, yo, don't hit me no more. I'm getting outclassed. Please, don't hurt me. And he really said, fuck it. Like, he said, fuck it. And Gave up. He gave up. He gave up, man. He gave up. Then we had the Zone boxing series, man. I'm not even gonna go in depth with this. I'm just gonna say this. Go on the Zone, look for the Misfits boxing on the Zone YouTube channel. If you're not able to get OK Live, and find me on OK Live, Mr. B on OK Live, if you do that, go on the Misfits boxing YouTube channel, which I think is the Zone's channel. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think it's like the Zone. Let me see. Papa. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, go on the Zone. Yeah, go for the Zone. Look for the Zone boxing. Go find the other the Zone X series. Yeah. Yeah, just go for the Zone boxing channel on YouTube, and you'll see it yourselves. This was probably one of the most entertaining cards. I will tell you that. If you just want to see something to crack you up, but you know the social media influencers that compete there, then that's for you. If you're a boxing fan and you want to see these young kids show progression, you know, you want to see some folks who look to take the sport serious and actually want to put time in, and if they do it on this platform, go check it out, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because there was a cat by the name of Fox Townley, aka Fox the G. He is an 18-year-old kid. This mofo might have had the most soul-snatching KO on this card. When I say soul-snatching, I'm talking soul-snatching. Like, you know when Rob Font knocked out Marlon Moraes? Or soul-snatching like when Ray Mercer landed those last two shots on Tommy Gunn. Remember that shit? Something like that. Yo. And I'm like, this is supposed to be for kids and teens. God dang. Big props to Fox the G. Tristan Ham knocked out this dude named Rodney Peterson Jr., aka not Logan Paul. A dude who actually has an amateur MMA record of 0-6. Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, Tristan Ham was a Canadian dude. He came out there and he did his first boxing event. Yeah, enthusiast and what is he, like some adrenaline junkie? He's a workout guy, bodybuilder. He does a lot of crazy stuff. And he went out there and fought. Apparently he may be dating Steffi Cohn. Steffi Cohn, a bad chick, man. Bad. But he knocked out this dude, Roddy Peterson. You gotta check that out. Elle Brooke. Y'all know about Elle Brooke. She got the OnlyFans girl. She had a KO against Andrea Jean Bunker. She hit this girl with a straight. They said a right. It wasn't a right hook. It was a straight right hand. Just pummeled the hell out of Bunker, and Bunker just dropped. Bunker fell on her face trying to get back up, and then freaking on top of that, then the main event, Ed Matthews was supposed to fight somebody. Three of the people he already beat up came out there, and then the dude, man, Luis Pineda, the Mexican kid, that fought KSI the one time and had lost. This man came out and put on a fight, yo, and he got a stoppage. He knocked the kid out the ring. He knocked Matthews out the ring. He did what that one dude did to how am I forgetting this guy's name? No. Hold on. I ain't gonna look that up. Bernard Hopkins. There you go. He did what that firefighter dude did to Bernard Hopkins. He knocked him out. He knocked him outside the ring. He fell on the table. Oh, they had to cart him out. He was so disappointed in himself. Luis Pineda, man. That man came out. Then you know that whole song. You heard that joint from Desperado. You heard it before. But yeah, I think that song was it Desperado or Once Upon a Time Mexico? I think it was Once Upon a Time Mexico. But it's been in some other movies before. But yo, that shit was crazy. But yeah, I recommend you watch that. Either you watch it, come watch it on OK Live, or if you don't have the access to, catch that joint on YouTube. Misfits Boxing Series 12. Boy, oh boy. So what's on the agenda for this week? Well, we got out of rid of that. We got out of there. There's one fight I did not watch, and I'm gonna actually catch up with you guys. I have to catch up with you guys on that one because I want to watch it because I don't want to just read. I like to watch and then tell you about it while I watch. And I didn't watch it because I ended up streaming the Misfits event yesterday. But it's the Kenshiro Taraji Carlos Gonzalez card. I'm gonna stream that on OK Live tomorrow. If anything, I could do a little. I'll probably come on with a little quick B-sides, and we could watch it. We could talk about it. You know what I mean? But other than that, I didn't watch it because I had to watch the Misfits card. And the way life was going yesterday, I was like, "Yo, I'm going to sit and watch this because what the hell I did Monday? Oh yeah, I watched wrestling, but I watched something else, and that's why." But let's talk about it. Octagon is on Saturday. Octagon 52 is on Saturday. Munguia versus Rhyder is on Saturday. LFA 175 is on Saturday. 165 is supposedly on Saturday/Sunday. I have to figure out when this card is actually showing 165. but my attention may be on Octagon 52 on Saturday. I will actually have some MMA to have you guys watch on Saturday. We will watch Octagon 52, Magad versus Cartwright. As Jonas Magad, 15-6, will fight Jack Cartwright, 11-1. Jack Cartwright is a former, I want to say he's a former Octagon champion, but I feel like he's a former Cage Warriors champion. And yeah, if I remember correctly, he is a former Cage Warriors bantamweight champion, either bantamweight or featherweight champ. But it's headlined by these two guys. Matej Penaz out of the Czech Republic, who's 8-1, will be fighting Matthew Bonner, who's also the former Cage Warriors middleweight champ. So yeah, who's 16-9-1. We also have Aaron Abbey, who's 15-8-1, versus Christopher Daniel, who's from the States, 9-3-1. That's a men's flyweight fight. Adam Palask, who's 9-2, fighting Stuart Austin, who's 17-8. Shob Yusuf, who's 11-3, will be fighting Edward Kexel from Germany, who's 9-1 at 145. Corey Fry will be fighting at 145 as well, who's 5-1 against Max Holzer, who's 6-0. Jack Siroki, who's 13-6-0. God damn. We'll be fighting a dude named Dennis Frimpong, who's 0-2. What are we doing here? A 13-6 guy's fighting a 0-2 dude? He's got to have an amateur record. There you go. He's 6-2 as an amateur. Okay, 6-2 and an amateur. That's not bad. He's a work in progress then. We also have Roman Paulus, who's 8-4, versus Nathan Haywood, who's 3-1. Jake McCall, who's 1-0 versus. Okay, I'm reading the list backwards, so it's going for most experienced to least experienced. When the card starts, it'll be from least experienced to most experienced, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I think we could stream that for Saturday. I think we get that before we can get the boxing in. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. We got Rage in the Cage, OKC, live boxing, treasure boxing, sweet season, hexagon, one Friday fights. Of course, one Friday fights every Friday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, 4:30 a.m. Pacific on YouTube. Catch all the kickboxing and Muay Thai action that you want, that your heart desires. It's always great. But yeah, we're gonna catch some Octagon on Saturday. That's pretty cool. Let's see what the hell this 160. So far, the 165 card is supposed to be Super Leg versus Takeru. This is actually a big deal. I'm trying to figure out exactly what time this shit will show, because I would like to watch it. I would like to stream it. I would like you guys to watch with me. But yeah, let's get into it. So we got Hiroba Minowa at flyweight versus Gustavo Bolart, 11-4. Cuban Olympic wrestler versus Japanese Olympic bound wrestler. Both of these dudes have savage power. They're very fast, good with scrambles. We'll see. And both of these guys are kind of there for the title, but never really got an opportunity. We'll see how it works out between these guys, man. We got Bokang Masuyani, who's 9-1, versus Kyoto Yamakita. There's another flyweight bout. Pretty nice, man. Yamakita is 8-0. High-level wrestler, jiu-jitsu practitioner himself. Masuyani, somewhat kickboxer with good jiu-jitsu as well. Pretty nice matchup here. We got a kickboxing. This shit is gonna be nasty. Rade Opacic, The Croatian man. Is it a Croatian? No. The Serbian man. My bad. Serbian. I have to look at that flag properly. Yes. Out of Iran, fighting the Iranian Iraj Azipor. Azipor is the little stocky Iranian dude who's super flexible and crazy movement. Yeah, they're gonna be fighting each other. Azipor got technique, a big guy, short but powerful. Opacic, he doesn't give a shit pretty much. It's technique and violence. Somebody's getting slapped. Let's go. We got Danny King-Ad, who was a former champion, flyweight champ at one point. Danny King-Ad, 15-3, versus Yuya Wakamatsu. This dude, man, Yuya is my hero. Actually, King-Ad was a flyweight or bantamweight champ. He was one of the two. But Yuya Wakamatsu is a dude who's been knocking on the door for the title for a while, man. Good wrestler, good anti-wrestling, big power in his shots, man. He got fast hands, nice boxing technique. King-Ad is a nice, cool kickboxer. Can get there, get gritty. I love this matchup here, man. We got Isuki Harada versus Ayaka Mura. 6-2 is Itsuki. Shout out to my homie MMA by Milliken. That's one of his girls there in one championship. Ayaka Mura, man. She just beat my homegirl. One of my girls, Bo Meng, man. I love Bo Meng, yo. I have affinity for like the Chinese fighters that won. No disrespect to the Japanese, but Ayaka Mura, man, that stupid scarf hold, head and arm throw thing. Put the scarf hold, gets the lock, the Americana type lock or the key lock, straight arm bar, pretty much. I hate it, but it works. It always works. So she'll be out there, man, fighting Harada, Android 18. Young girl, still super talented, man. Young, she's like 24 right now or 25, I think. Or she's still moving younger than that? Yeah, 24. I remember. Because she hit the scenes over here like when she was like 20 or something like that. Which is nuts. What's even more nuts, Gary Tonin. 8-1 Gary Tonin, Mr. IBJJF, Mr. Abu Dhabi, ADCC, Mr. Eddie Bravo Invitational himself. Will be fighting former 2-division champion Martin Gwynn, 15-6. This is like a crossroads fight for Martin Gwynn, but a big test for Gary Tonin, man. Last time Gary Tonin fought a dude that was of the caliber of big shots, big power, good striking. It was Tan Lee, and Tan Lee made this dude pay for a ill-advised leg knee bar. Martin Gwynn tried to box with he tried to go hands and steel with Tan Lee too. Tan Lee made him pay. We gotta see Martin Gwynn, big hand, big pop. That right hand, man. That right hand is nightmarish, but we'll see if he brings some, some takedown defense here. Jiu-jitsu defense. We'll see how his jiu-jitsu defense holds up. Let's see if Gary Tonin has the defensive awareness to avoid these big shots from Martin Gwynn. We got Marat Grigorian versus Sitsong Pinong in kickboxing. Sidichai, yes, Sidichai. My son Sidichai. Sidichai. Mr. John Suk. Sidichai We'll be fighting Murat Grigorian. Grigorian, former Glory kickboxing competitor, if I remember correctly. Correct. Might be wrong. No, I'm right. you know, yeah, Grigorian's a beast. Grigorian's a super beast, man. I like this dude, man. This will be very entertaining. High level kickboxing. Not your Muay Thai, traditional kickboxing. So there's no elbows. Um, no elbows. No knees. You got some kicks. Got a lot of punching and a lot of kicks. But there's a custom rules match after this one. Nikki Holskin fighting Yoshihiro Akayama. Yes. Sexy Yama is back, man. And he's fighting the legend, Nikki Holskin, man. Holskin's a dude I've loved to watch kickbox for years. When I was a lot younger, probably, I won't say a decade ago. God, I can actually say a decade ago. That's nightmarish. Wow, I actually can say a decade ago. Fuck, because I was watching this dude when Glory was on ESPN. I can say that. No, I'm old. But yeah, Nikki Holskin, man. Real good, solid kickboxer, the natural, man. Former Glory welterweight champ. Multi-time welterweight champ. Tournament winner. Has fought the best of that division or of that era. Fighting Yoshihiro Akiyama, Sexy Yama. MMA poster boy in Japan, man. 16-7 record. Fought for the UFC. Fought at K1. He's fought at Dream. Had a crazy run, both fighting as a middleweight and a welterweight. He had some epic wars, though. Epic wars. If you want to go back and look at him versus Chris Lieben. When Lieben beat Aaron Simpson and then said, yo, I'm traveling all the way out here. And I'm going to fight Akiyama in Akiyama's hometown. Let's do it. And they caught Akiyama in the third round with a goddamn triangle choke. Lieben used his jiu-jitsu for like one of the few times ever in his career and got a submission, bro. But it's also crazy fight, man. It would be a 187-pound fight. And then we got Shinya Aoki versus Sage Northcutt. I don't know what cruel game this is or what joke this is, but I'm here for it. Shinya Aoki, legend in Japan. Multi-time Dream champion. He was supposed to come and conquer the U.S., man. They brought him to the U.S. to fight Eddie Alvarez. They brought him to fight Gilbert Melendez. He was supposed to take the Strikeforce title home. It never happened. He came to one. Just crazy, man. He's on a bad streak though. He got submitted by Mikey Musumeci. Darth Rigatoni. Akiyama had beat him. Cade Rotolo beat him by decision. And then he got beat up by Sagid. Izagakmayev. Oh my God. There you go. But other than that, he had a good streak. Then he was losing. Then he had a good streak. Yeah, but this dude was picking up so much wins. Super trailblazer. Real trailblazer in the world of mixed martial arts. A guy with plentiful submissions. A guy 47-11, but 3/4 of his wins are about by submission. 31 wins by submission. 3 wins by KO, TKO. And 11 wins by decision. He had 2 disqualification wins. But, one of his KOs actually comes from beating up Antonio McKee, AJ McKee's dad. AJ McKee's dad went to Japan. True story. He went to Japan and signed up to fight Aoki and said, if I get punched, the first punch I take, I'm quitting. I'm giving up. And sure enough, Aoki managed to punch him. And that man turned his back and said, yo, he tapped out. Craziest thing I think I ever seen live on TV. Ever. I'm like, who does that? Like, how do you do that? And he said, yo, that's what I said. If he hit me, I'm good. I'm quitting. I'm throwing him. I'm like, yo, he didn't want to strike with Aoki. He wanted to have a grappling bout. I guess he wanted to submit Aoki, but shit was different. Kid Rotolo's on here defending his 170 submission belt, his welterweight submission title, against Tommy Langaker. Didn't he fight Langaker before? Yeah, he won by decision. There you go. Cade is a little bit more of the reckless one between the brothers. Ty is more technique. Cade is like super attack, but his attack is so crazy that he attacks, and the awareness allows him to pretty much go, oh, for real? And then he could go and counter whatever measures you put on him. Super genius. Brain works on a different to most grapplers, and I think that's what's been happening. As the younger the people are that have been competing, bring a different change to the aspects, you know what I mean, of these sports. Whether it's regular sports, combat sports, they bring a different level, a different look to how, you know what I mean, the normal folks would usually go in and look at a technique or something like that in the realm. So it's good to see how he goes about it. Just looking at certain people he goes up against, I get a kick out of watching him compete, though. Cade. I like Ty. Ty takes his time, and he shows the intricacies of the grapple and what he's trying to pull together. But Cade is just like, hey, screw you, And his striking, when he strikes for a submission, relentless. But Langaker is very technical with his grappling. Very, very technical. He's not a fast worker, but he looks to force you into bad positions to get the setups. But Cade is just faster at it. Langaker will be more technical. Which leads us to our main event. Takeru versus Superlek. Superlek is your bantamweight kickboxing champion. But Takeru Segawa. Takeru. I gotta sing the Takeru. Takeru Segawa. And also wonder why the hell my joy's taking a while to come on. There you go. Takeru. We had some weird weather today. But yeah, man, Takeru. K1 champion. K1, yeah, this guy is just one. Whether it's your tournament champion, whether it's your tournament, or just a regular Yeah, whether it's just your world title, tournament title, Takeru's out here, man. Takeru's fought. What's our dude's name? Oh my god, we were just talking about him during the other day too. Um, yeah. Tension. There you go. Tension Nasukawa. Yeah, Tension Nasukawa. Yeah, he fought Tension quite a couple of times. Actually, Tension beat him. He beat Tension. Tension beat him. Big rivalry out there in K1. Yeah, man. He was a super featherweight champion, and I think a super bantamweight champion. Yeah. He also won the tournaments and a lot of that. And you find Tekuru, I'm not Tekuru, but uh the freaking the Mr. Leg Breaker himself, Super Leg. Jesus Christ. Uh Sometimes I just ask myself, why are we spoiled like this? Super Leg's been on a tear in one for quite some time, man. It's just you just look at a guy like this who just destroys people. Like if you're coming in there, you got a lead leg, hide your lead leg. He breaks your leg, he tries to destroy your lead leg, then works from there to your body. Like shit, man. Your body, fast strikes, elbow might come down. The straight hand, he got a nasty straight right hand, boy. But he's been on a tear for one. A tear. You understand what I'm saying? A tear. I don't think he's lost a one fight since, since before coming to one. I think he only wants one fight, and that was a one from a while back. But he's practically just a murderer's row. He's finished and beat up. He even beat up that poor 19-year-old kid that came in. I said, yo, I'm not afraid of you. He said, word, eat this. Actually, the kid needed a fight. And so Super Lex signed on and said, sure, I'll take the fight so he can get paid. And then he beat the brakes off the poor kid. It wasn't that the kid needed a fight to show, you know what I mean, to debut. But Super Lex took the fight since nobody else would because the kid has such crazy reach. And Super Lex just got inside and kicked the poor dude's legs to shreds, and then just beat him up for the rest of the part of the fight. Man, that was just bad. That was bad. But that's gonna be the one card. That's gonna be at 3:00 in the morning. So it's 3 a.m. Eastern, which will be 11 p.m. Pacific. So if you have time, I'm asking for a lot, but if you have the time to watch it, go watch it. I'm gonna try to watch it. If I can't watch it, then I'm sorry, but I'll find a way to get it on here on Sunday, at least before we get to football. There's one more thing we got to catch up on, and that is the boxing. I have to get to the boxing. Gotta get to boxing. Please. Please let me get to boxing. Boxing. Yes! Jaime Munguia fights John Rhyder this weekend. This is the last thing I gotta talk about. Jaime Munguia fights John Rhyder this weekend. 42-0. Jaime Munguia fights 32-6. John Rhyder. John Rhyder just fought Canelo Alvarez. John Rhyder is a dog. Jaime Munguia is climbing up the ranks, trying to get a fight with Canelo because De La Hoya is so upset. There's gonna be a bloodbath. They're these two dudes, and Ryder should. This should be a somewhat upset for John Ryder. It could be an upset win for John Ryder here. Jaime is hard-headed. He can fight somewhat technical, but he does a lot better in the brawls. However, John Ryder is more technical than he is. John Ryder also showed that he can have heart. John Ryder has to keep this in a technical brawl where he's able to sharpshoot, put his jab, force Jaime Munguia to wing punches so he can land a good counter on there. It's going to be a bloodbath. Gabriela Fondora defends against Christina Cruz for the IBF Women World Female Flyweight title. Battle undefeated ladies. I like it. Oscar Collazo out of BR fights Reyneris Gutierrez for the WBO World Strawweight title. We got Darius Fulgham, who I like. I actually enjoy this dude. 6-0. He's shown up on a couple cards, quite a number of cards for last year and the year before. He'll be fighting Alantez Fox, defending the WBA Intercontinental Super Middleweight title. Actually, no, it will be for the WBA Intercontinental Super Middleweight title. David Picasso, 26-1, will be fighting Eric Ruiz at Super Bantamweight. Daniel Garcia will be fighting Daniel Lugo at lightweight. Gael Cabrera fighting Miguel Cavalos at bantamweight. Gregory Morales fighting Ronald Ron at lightweight. And Johnny Canas fighting Kamiko Hall. All right. But yeah. This should be all right, man. This card is going to be on at 8 o'clock. 9 bouts. So the main card will probably start at 10 or so. I'll be locked in for the main card portion of this. So at 10 o'clock, you'll see me on OK Live. Download OK Live and find your boy Mr. B. And I'll be there, man. I got to see this Munguia Rhyder fight. Because, I'm not fully sold on Munguia. Munguia is an action fighter, but he has a lot of patchwork to fix, man. And, I just think, as far as De La Hoya goes, De La Hoya is just looking for the cash grab, man. He got no Canelo. Ryan Garcia soon to be like peace. He needs somebody to help him, man. He needs $1. $1 is what he needs. Hey, hey. So if he can get it, he gonna get it. But let me just tell you, as far as it goes, man, it's just like, yo, can he get it? You know what I mean? Can this guy really be the guy for, can he be the next Canelo? Can he be the next gold mine guy, Because I tell you what, he manages to fight Canelo manages to beat him up, then it's okay. But I will tell you this. You can't fight this guy. You know what I mean? You fight Rhyder, you beat Rhyder. You hopefully fight Canelo. at some point, if you manage to fight Canelo before a certain other super middleweight manages to go and fight Canelo, and you lose, that super middleweight might say, yo, let me beat you up real quick before I fight Canelo. Because one way or another, if you get embarrassed by Canelo and you're going to look for another guy to fight, you got to fight that other super middleweight that wants to fight Canelo. And he may have a bigger reason and a bigger following that wants to see him fight Canelo before you. And you might have to fight him. And he got technique and all that to put you away, brother. So let me tell you. So, De La Hoya, get your shit together. Because if you're not getting your stuff together, you might line your dude up for a fate worse than just a loss, bro. And with that said, I'm out of here. It's your boy, Mr. B. You try to find me on X at Mr. B. Mr. B 1986 and my STRB 1986. Catch me on OK Live. Mr. B is the profile. Got a picture of Laura Sanko in the gym as my profile picture. I be on with Ted, Tony D, and Chopsticks Nunchucks, aka Texas Cattle Skull, the boy Brian on Late Night Parents. That'll be tomorrow, pretty much Thursdays at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. ish Eastern, which is 7, 8 p.m. ish Pacific. And I try to tune in, but catch Tony D, Bell Kings, man. It was always through the Sundays, you know, the Bell Kings, football fantasy, and everything football. And yeah, man. Shout out to the dude, Fireman Rich, man, doing his thing in the mornings. I think it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch, 5:30 a.m. Eastern. Was it 5:30 a.m. Eastern? 2:30 a.m. Pacific? Yeah. He's an early bird, man. Early bird catch the worm, man. Sunday Night Smoke, too. I got to catch up with that dude. I ain't catch with him in a minute. He's still causing all types of madness. And yeah, man, nonsensical nonsense and all those good folks, man. And all about the joy. All about the joy. Anyway, that's me, man. I'm your boy, Mr. B, and I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend and all that fun stuff. Till we see each other again. Peace.